Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Valerie Clay, and I will be presenting the group Young Life this evening. I do wish to state before we start that according to our course guidelines, historians must be objective and honest in their investigations, and I do hope to do justice to that this evening. And we'll begin. The mission of Young Life, according to their website, is to introduce adolescents to Jesus Christ and help them grow in their faith. The Young Life organization is a parachurch organization, which means they are ecumenical. They do not subscribe to any one particular denomination. They embrace all denominations within the Christian faith. They just simply wish to bring young people to Jesus Christ. A short history of the organization. It was created in 1941 by Jim Rayburn. Rayburn in the 1930s was a Presbyterian minister in rural New Mexico, and he was on a mission to increase church enrollment numbers. At that time, he realized very quickly that the best way to do that was through the youth in the church, to bring in young people. The problem was he was having a hard time getting in these young people to come to church. He very famously said, and I quote, "If you want anybody to show up, don't have it on Sunday and don't call it school." So Rayburn decides that instead of asking young people to come to church, that he would actually go to them. And so that's exactly what he did. In the early days, Rayburn focused primarily on high school students. And what he would do is he would go to their schools, their campuses, their games, their extracurricular activities, and he would invite them to club meetings. He kind of became interested in what they were doing, and he had very good results. His approach was to create conversational relationships with these young people first. It was to show love, to show kindness, friendship, before ever discussing salvation. And even to this day, if you are familiar with Young Life, you will see that they still subscribe to that method today. The clubs quickly grew into camps. The camps were established in a new way compared to other camps that were created for religious purposes. Most other children's religious camps were very austere, kind of sterile environments where the focus was simply on the Word and Scripture and prayer. And Rayburn felt that no, we need to change this up. We need to embrace the vitality of youth by creating fun, caring, and entertaining environments for them at these camps. Also, they would build skills at these camps. Rayburn very famously also said that it's a sin to bore a kid with the gospel. This didn't always make the people that he worked with very happy. Some did feel that the gospel needed to be the focus, but Rayburn felt as though creating meaningful relationships with the children was the focus. He believed that camp leaders were the backbone of Young Life, and to this day they still are. That Young Life needed to pour its energies into its camp leaders, and then the camp leaders would then pour their energies into the young people. The picture that you see on the screen is a picture of Young Life Camp in Rockbridge County, which is actually where I live. The Young Life Camp is open to the community and is often used, believe it or not, by our local high school, not for any religious purpose, but the Young Life organization opens the camp to our seniors for their senior picnic. It's a beautiful area, but there are many camps throughout the United States, and you can do a search online and find many of them. Young Life was started in the 20th century. It's moving on into the 21st century very strong. They still focus on their core backbone, which is middle school, high school, and college students. Those are probably their largest groups that are members. But they also have ministries where they focus on children with disabilities, military children who move around a lot. Young Life becomes their family. Wherever they move, they have a family. Multi-ethnic missions, teen moms, rural communities, as well as international outreach. Well, I thank you very much for your patience this evening. I hope you've learned something, and I look forward to seeing everybody's